And I also believe, because I know how Jon Jones is, Jon Jones fights and beats Stipe. If he wins, I think he fights Aspinall.
And he'll continue to go completely quiet about me until he retires, because there's no way on earth that he's going to fight me. Not a chance. I will retire Jon Jones without even fighting him.
And how you feeling? You look in shape? You ready for November?
I feel great. Yeah, I feel really, really good.
Is this your retirement fight in November, or no?
It's going to be the last time.
Today we announced Jon Jones, Stipe Miocic is officially happening. Jon then was seen ringside saying that this is probably the last one. I'm sure there could be negotiations involved, but have you spoke to him about maybe his future after this event?
Why speak to him after this event? You got to figure out what's going to happen in this fight. Aspinall's a young, badass dude. He's got plenty of time. These guys are going to fight in November, and he will fight Jon Jones if he wins. I almost guarantee you that.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? If you made it through that intro, congratulations, you're the 1% of the 1%. During UFC Noches or UFC 306, Jon Jones was in attendance and looked like he might have been having the time of his life. Maybe a little too much fun. Got a little intoxicated, looked like, and was hanging out with Ryan Garcia, Nina Drama, and Alex Pereira. Where at one point, I believe that Jon Jones and Alex Pereira did have a face-off, which seemed weird because he was definitely not into having a face-off with Tom Aspinall. Strange.
Just saying hello. Just saying hello.
All the best.
We'll do a quick picture.
Sure.
Yeah?
Let's get it.
A face-off. No.
During the event, Jon Jones was asked by a fan or media who his next opponent would be after the Stipe Miocic fight in November. To the much surprise of absolutely no one that's been following Jones on social media, he all but confirmed that this would be his retirement fight and he would be hanging it up after this one.
And how you feeling? You look in shape? You ready for November?
I feel great. Yeah, I feel really, really good. I'm about 250 pounds lean and strong.
Is this your retirement fight in November, or no? You got more?
It's going to be the last time.
It's going to be the last time?
It's going to be the last
Hey, you're a
time.
legend. Hey, thank you.
More than likely.
It was an honor. You're like,
Oh, my pleasure.
During the most recent post-fight press conference for Dana White's Contender Series, White was asked about Jon Jones' retirement comments at UFC Noches, where Dana began sputtering and stammering and couldn't get a logical reason why he would hint at retirement when he's the GOAT and takes on any challengers and always accepts fights. So he says there's no point in wondering about that now since the fight with Stipe hasn't even happened, trying to suggest that it's still a possibility that Jon might not retire, but we all know he will.
Saturday we announced Jon Jones, Stipe Miocic is officially happening. Jon then was seen ringside saying that this is probably the last one. I'm sure there could be negotiations involved, but have you spoke to him about maybe his future after this event?
Why speak to him after this event? You got to figure out what's going to happen in this fight. See how this fight plays out, and then we'll go from there.
Is Tom Aspinall officially the backup for that fight?
Yes. Tom Aspinall is next in line for anything that happens after this fight.
Dana White makes the assertion that Jon Jones is the greatest of all time and the current pound-for-pound champion. His evidence, he knew which fighters were interested in fighting anyone anywhere and which ones weren't.
He fought a weight class down. Jon Jones fought a weight class up. And let me tell you what, when all the guys were in there, you had the Jon Jones, the Anderson Silvas, and the George St. Pierres. I know who wanted to fight who and who didn't want to fight who. And Jon Jones has always been willing to fight everybody. You know what I mean?
But we know one thing for sure. He's currently not interested in defending his title against the interim heavyweight champion, Tom Aspinall. Something that Tom Aspinall called months ago.
But I said, oh, Tom, look at this. Jon says he's retiring. Do you know what his response was, Anthony?
What was it?
He's a bit of a fanny, isn't he?
He was praying that I would lose that fight against Curtis Blades, mate. Praying that I would. Because there is nowhere that you can find publicly, nowhere, him saying that he will fight me. It doesn't exist. I challenge anybody watching this interview to go and find a statement, a quote, a video where Jon Jones is saying that he'll fight me after he's fought Stipe. It doesn't exist. The guy's smart, with his iPhone in hand, waiting for me to get knocked out so he can start tweeting about it. Let's be honest. And since I won that fight, he's gone completely quiet, and he'll continue to go completely quiet about me until he retires, because there's no way on earth that he's going to fight me. Not a chance. I will retire Jon Jones without even fighting him. You know, the way I look at it, I'm the best heavyweight in the world, and I'm not getting my credit for it. They're holding the belt hostage, mate, and Jon Jones is loving it. He's loving the fact that Dana White's getting on every interview possible. Friggin' hell, you talk about something, you're talking about bantamweights, And Dana White flips it back and starts talking about how good Jon Jones is. I'm like, mate, if he's that good, let's fight. Like, I'm the number 1 heavyweight in the world right now. Let's put it on the line and let's see who the man is, me or Jon. Simple as that.
Some of the biggest and most glaring issues that I have with Dana White's recent comments in regards to the Jon Jones versus Stipe Miocic fight are the glaring inconsistencies in past rhetoric and comments, stating he's in the business of holy shit moments. I don't think we'll have a single holy shit moment in this fight other than Stipe, passing out from exhaustion from his age, or Jon Jones boring everybody to death like he has been in his most recent fights. Also stating that he puts on fights, and the UFC put on fights that the fans want to see. Nobody is interested in seeing this. Not even casual fans, not even long-term fans of Stipe or Jon Jones. Everyone knows that we want to see the Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall fight because it's the biggest fight you can put on. 2 guys, or 1 guy at least, at the top of his career in an upward trajectory, Tom Aspinall, and Jon Jones, possibly the greatest fighter of all time. But he needs to prove that. Another issue that I have is Dana White has always stated, don't wait for fights, don't wait for a title, stay active, be active. Active fighters get fights. Unless your name is Stipe Miocic, which your last fight was 4 years ago against Francis Ngannou, where he got brutally TKO'd. So I just don't understand. Another issue that I do see is the fact that if the UFC allows Jon Jones and Stipe to go along in this fight in November, regardless of what happens, whether Stipe or Jon wins, they're both planning on vacating the title. I don't believe that's a good look for the UFC to have their, UFC champion, their heavyweight champion in the premier, weight class for the UFC, have a vacant title, all for the simple fact that they didn't want to book Tom Aspinall as the interim champion against Jon Jones, the current champion. It just doesn't make any sense. It's not something that anybody wants to see, a vacant title, because 2 legends want to retire on a high note, potentially, is always a bad look. I mean, that was one of the main issues that Dana White had against Francis Ngannou, right? That's one of the main issues Dana White had with Francis, correct? That he wasn't going to be able to renew an additional fight, in the clause that they have that, UFC champions have to defend their title. But that's all the time we have for now. If you tuned in to the end, thank you for watching and listening. Please like, subscribe, comment down below, hit that notification bell so you never miss a clip. And with that, till next time, later.